Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Sidekick Tarot. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Adval53 Tarot, which is review as well. Thank you. There's a message for you today, Gemini. Don't forget to eat your greens. Specifically broccoli for some reason.
Wow.
It's true though. Broccoli is another form of, what was it? Chlorophyll?
Mm-hmm.
It was chlorophyll. What was it? Chlorophyll, right? Yeah, the greens. All right, let's see what's going on. Speaking of, I might get that super green tub powder too.
Yeah.
Oh, the first card is you, Gemini. So you're showing up immediately like, attention on me, please. Okay. Message received. But yeah, super green powder. Gemini moon. Aren't we fun? You're showing me that you have a pretty drastic decision here to make, and you're ultimately kind of saying that this is fascinating. It's almost like you yourself, Gemini, are getting some sort of call here, or calling. That's interesting. You feel like ultimately it is time for some sort of change. It's time for something to shift, literally, and the cards are backing you up with that. Like, it is time. I don't know what that's about, but you're ultimately saying I have a huge drastic decision to make, and I'm moving forward with it. It may require kind of making some changes. And as I say that, there are the changes. Okay, but I kind of feel like you yourself are not fully 100% in that same mindset or mentality, though. You're kind of saying that whatever this is will be drastic, yes, but it's almost like there is a slight little bit of resistance on your part to want to follow through with further changes. And that's what's very interesting is you yourself, Gemini, are kind of showing me I'm making some minor changes, but there also is like this interesting energy of small incremental changes, yes, but ultimately I kind of feel like there's still this self-battle over maybe what's resulting or taking place because of this. But you're pretty much staying on top of it, so it's kind of interesting. I'm not too sure what that's about. Maybe you're just not too sure exactly what changes to make for this, or maybe you just don't want to. I don't know yet. I'll kind of try and give you the benefit of the doubt, but... Oh, what is this? Interesting, Gemini. I kind of feel like it's you. I feel like that's all on you. Why do I got to be the bearer of bad news today with people? This could be something regarding the living situation or home life. You're ultimately kind of showing me that there is something once again here that you're not fully 100% kind of stepping up to take care of. I have to say, you are in more so like this passive energy of you'll make a couple little changes here and there, but it's almost like you're expecting a bigger result or bigger outcome than what you're getting. Whether it's for the energy of stability, whether it's making changes around the house, I don't exactly know. But you yourself are kind of in this energy of like, well, very quickly and very abruptly are you, let's just say, not kind of... It feels like there's a question of your belief or even possibly your faith, which is fascinating. But it's more so in the situation of the circumstances that you find yourself in or under. Goodness. What is that about? There's something here regarding love, all of a sudden out of the blue. But you yourself are kind of like even questionable of it. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's about. What you're kind of giving the equivalent of, Gemini, is there seems to be a difference or a huge drastic difference, even with whatever changes have been made, possibly regarding the living situation, maybe between you and someone. And this is what's fascinating, though, is even you are, like I said, you're questionable. You're questionable towards this. But you're also questioning of yourself. That's what I find very fascinating. It's like you yourself aren't too sure. Yet at the same time, with whatever comes up, you're still not too sure on that either. What is this? Because you know you have to make some sort of decision or call here, but... And that's what I was kind of wondering. Yeah. Yeah, you ultimately say, I do need some time to myself. At the same time, that's what I'm, like, again, Gemini, I have to be honest. Don't take any offense to this or be triggered by this. The Jekyll Hyde scenario. You're showing me I'm taking time for myself, yes, but as you're taking, it's like you're taking time to yourself, but it's almost like you take time for yourself and it's almost like you come out like a bat out of, you know what? It's like, I don't want to be in self-control. I don't want to kind of contain myself. And that's because there's like an emotional reaction going on here between you and something or you and someone with your circumstances. It's like you can't help it. It's like you're trying to kind of bottle something up or kind of suppress something and it's coming back up. You're like, yeah, bottles up. Okay, drink responsibly. Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I feel like there's something here that you're having to kind of like move forward with, and it's like, well, might as well stay focused on the positive, which is interesting. Very interesting, because whatever that positive is, it definitely is having this progression and movement forward. But it just seems like, well, that also seems very abrupt too. What is going on, Gemini? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy about being flustered. Like, it's not necessarily irritation, it's just flustered. What is this? Is this new love for something or new love for someone? And it's just like, this is interesting. It's almost like it's interesting. You have this dynamic of holding yourself back, but not wanting to hold yourself back, and then not holding yourself back, but then wanting to hold yourself back. And you're literally back and forth with yourself about holding yourself back over something or about someone, until it gets to the point where it's almost like now you're almost looking forward to just moving forward. But then when you do, immediately at the snap of a finger, you're also kind of making this decision of like, well, maybe I'll just start or try something new or different for myself, even though all of a sudden it's like, you're over it. You're absolutely over it. And you kind of got into this place of like trying to kind of find yourself emotionally speaking, and trying to at least figure out what you want or what you want to do. And that's what I find very interesting. Maybe you're in this position of maybe you're having to let someone go, and maybe you're going through a breakup, a split up, or maybe a divorce. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to put myself first, make myself a priority. At the same time, it's almost like I said, that there's like this interesting back and forth and kind of internal battle with yourself about all this. I don't exactly know. But you're kind of showing me, it's like I'm choosing to stay in a place where I got nothing left emotionally to give, but here I am. And you're trying to figure out, like, in a sense, a way through this or a way out of this. But even then, you're just like, I just don't know. And it's very hard for me to give you a message when I get a whole lot of energy of like, I just don't know. It's kind of like saying you're spinning your wheels in circles here, Gemini, and I'm not too sure where you're going until it's kind of like you're ready to kind of fully make some very thorough changes and accept and acknowledge what you're dealing with, or face what you're dealing with, or face who you're dealing with, Because again, what I'm looking at is your energy of not necessarily making those changes and dealing with what you're having to deal with. And I feel like that's what, in a sense, you're off-putting, which is then kind of putting you in circles. But of course, you are dealing with anyone. You could be dealing with an air sign, an earth sign, and that is all. Maybe a fire sign. Goodbye.